This is lesson 11.6, area of composite figures. The dimensions of a pool at the recreation center are shown. Describe the shape of the pool. Well, we've got a big rectangular shape, and to the left we have a trapezoid shape. So we would have to find the area of this trapezoid and then add it to the area of the rectangle. A composite figure is made of triangles, quadrilaterals, semicircles, and other two-dimensional figures. A semicircle is half a circle. Here's a semicircle and a trapezoid, a triangle and a rectangle. To find the area of a composite figure, separate it into figures with areas you know how to find and then add those areas. In our first example, we have a triangle up here and a rectangle. Our triangle is 4 by 4. It's got a base of 4 and a height of 4. Half of that, the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height, so we have an area there of 8. The rectangle that's left over then is 6 by 10, and that's 60. When they add the two together, we get a total area of 68. In example A, we again have a triangle and a rectangle. Our triangle is 4 by 6. The base is 4, the height is 6, so our formula is area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Our base is 6. Our height is 4. We're going to divide that by 2. Our area then is 12 square feet. The rectangle left over then is length times width, which is 12 times 4, which is 48. So we're going to add 48 and 12, and the area of our composite figure is 60 square feet. In example 2, we have a semicircle and a rectangle. Now, the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. What we have in this particular figure is diameter, so we have to figure out the radius of that. The diameter is 6.7, which is 9.2 minus 2.5, so we take half of that, which gives us a radius of 3.35. We're going to square that. We're going to take that times pi, which we're going to use as 3.14. After all of that, we get an area of that circle of 35.2. But now remember, this is a semicircle, so we only want half of that. So we're going to divide that by 2. So the area of our semicircle is 17.6 centimeters squared. And you can already see how much attention to detail you're going to have to pay here to get these correct. These will be challenging problems for students. The leftover rectangle then is 9.2 times 1.5. That's length times width, which gives us 13.8 when we multiply it out and round it to the nearest tenth. So we're going to add 17.6 and 13.8, and the area of our composite figure then is 31.4 centimeters squared. Here's our example from the very first page. You can see our little trapezoid here. The area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times the base 1 and base 2. That's the long base and the short base. That gives us an approximate area of 10. The leftover rectangle then is 28 by 14, which is 392, which gives us an area in this case of 402. Now our deck here, I've enlarged because this one is a mess. What I've got is 5 different triangles. Or 5 different polygons, I should say. This is my triangle. My formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. In this case, my base and height are both 6, so I've got 1/2 times 6 times 6, which gives me an area of that triangle of 18, and that's square feet. This rectangle, area equals length times width, and this rectangle is 6 times 14, so the area of that rectangle is 84, and again square feet. This rectangle is 20 by 20, which is 400. And add that to my total. This rectangle here is 10 by 14, which gives me an area there of 140. And then my last figure up here is my triangle. 1/2 times the base times the height. My base is 10, my height is 6. So 1/2 times 10 times 6 gives me an area there of 30. So my total area is 18 plus 84 plus 400 plus 140 plus 30, which all adds up to 672 square feet. That is a mess. Okay, we'll start out with the top 3. The first one is easy because they give us 2 nice, neat little rectangles. We've got length times width for our first rectangle, which is 7 times 4, which gives us an area of 28. Our second rectangle would be 12 by 7. That's this 12 here and half of this distance, which gives us an area there of 84. So 28 plus 84 gives us an area there of 112, and that's meters squared. Example 2, and we get that semicircle. We're not crazy about semicircles. Area of that circle would be pi r squared. Now we've got a diameter of 6, so that means my radius is 3. So it's 3.14 times 3 squared, which gives me the area of a circle of 28.3. But again, I only want half of that because I've got a semicircle, so I'm going to divide that by 2, which gives me an approximate area of 14.1, and that's square feet. My rectangle that's left over then is a 6 by 15. Which is 60 plus 30, which is 90. So then I'm going to add my 14.1 and my 90, which gives me 104.1, and that is square feet. My third figure. Actually, I've got 2 congruent triangles at the top. This is number 3. The base of my triangle is 9. The height of my triangle is 5. So my formula is 1/2 times base times height. So it's 1/2 times 9 times 5. Now, because I've got 2, I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm just going to take 1/2 times 45 and take that times 2, which gives me an area there of 45, and that is square meters, which leaves me with a rectangle of 10 by 10, which would be 100. Again, square meters, so 45 plus 100 is 145 square meters for figure number 3. Again, a mess. A lot of attention to detail, a lot of showing your work, a lot of keeping track of semicircles and all that kind of stuff. Now, our last two, I've enlarged those to give us more detail. I'm going to start with number 5. I've got a trapezoid at the top here. Now, my formula for area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height plus B1 plus B2. That's my two bases. In this case, that would be 1/2 times my height, which is 1. The sum of my bases is 2 plus 3, which is 5. So my area of that particular trapezoid should be 3. Because 1/2 times 2, those would simplify out. My area there is 3 square feet, which leaves me with a rectangle of 16 by 12. 16 times 12 is 192. Add my 3 to that. So the area of this figure is 195 square feet. Alright, let's see if we can pull off this last one. We've got a triangle right here. This triangle is 1/2 times 5 times 5, which gives me an area there of 12.5. 25 divided by 2. This triangle right here is 1/2 times 8 times 5, which gives me an area of 20. So I got 12.5 and a 20, my two triangles. So I've got this rectangle over here, length times width. In this case, it's 10 times 5, which is 50. I've got this rectangle over here, which is 10 times 8, which is 80. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, and then I've got my big rectangle in the middle, my last rectangle. I guess I'll put that up here. The dimensions of that are 12 by 15, which gives me an area of 180. So here it goes. Here we go. We got 50 plus 12.5 plus 80 plus 20 plus 180. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we add all those up, and from that mess we get 342.5 square feet. Wasn't that fun? Not. The two vocabulary terms from this lesson are composite figure. That's a figure composed of two or more different polygons. To find the area, you divide it into shapes that you know how to find the area of. A semicircle is simply half a circle. At this point, finally, you should quit the video, go into my NICU page, www.nicu.net, and take lesson quiz 11.6. Thanks for hanging in and watching.